Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. My name is Tumi and today we're going to be doing the first video in our series of get to know our customer service reps on a personal level. And today we have Thabang here with us. So Thabang, can you just introduce yourself briefly before we go straight into the up-close and personal questions?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for considering me
Yeah.
for this, first of all, just to start there.
By the way, everybody's considered, but you can go ahead.
Well, considering to start with me, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. I just so like you said, my name is Thabang. I'm a young man, young 28-year-old man, who hails from Ekurhuleni in the east of Johannesburg, and yeah, I'm one of the few customer service agents from your favorite online printing company.
Yes.
Printulu.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
cool. Thank you for that. So we're just gonna go first into the first question.
Yeah,
Who
sure.
inspires you in life?
Who inspires me?
Yeah.
Whew. I've got a lot of people that inspire me. I'm inspired by the women that have brought me up. My mother, my grandmother inspired me. I think those people are really like the pillar of my strength. But to be a bit more specific, I think the one person that inspires me on a daily basis has to be the owner of one of my favorite local energy drinks. It's DJ Spoo. I'm sure you're probably familiar with him. He inspires me because he literally comes from nothing, and he emphasizes the idea or that you actually can be whatever you want to be. You actually can do it, and you don't necessarily have to wait for someone to come to you and do you favors and give you funding or get you a job, whatever the case might be. But you actually need to get out there and actually do it for yourself. Yeah.
That's really inspiring. Okay, so next one. Where is your favorite place in the whole world?
My favorite place in the whole world. Whew. That's not an easy question, honestly speaking.
No, just choose one.
But from the top of my head, I'd say like Ibiza in Spain.
Have you been to Ibiza?
I've never been, but well, I've never been anywhere outside of SA, honestly speaking. But from my knowledge and from what I've seen and from what I've heard, I think for me, being the person that I am, I'm quite an outgoing person. I love meeting new people. I'm into events, and yeah, I think Ibiza in Spain for me would be
The place.
a pleasure place for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If you could be anyone in the world, which person would you be?
If I could be
briefly,
anyone in the world.
Yes, just name one person quickly.
Actually, I'd really want to get into the mind of our former president, Jacob Zuma.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I've honestly never heard of a president that has gone through so much court cases and implicated in this and this and that.
So you just
and
want
stands the time to actually tell the story. So I'd like to swap a day in that man's life. Yeah.
interesting stuff. What are you passionate about?
I'm passionate about life itself. You know, I think the gift of having to wake up every day and having that one chance to just try again. You know, we always fail here and there. We succeed here and there, but if you're able to wake up the following day, you're able to fix the mistakes of yesterday and actually pace a brighter future for yourself. So I'm grateful for life in general. I'm passionate about each and every day, as much as each and every day comes with its own obstacles, ups and downs and so forth. But that's just the rule of life, is it not?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, quick one again.
Yeah.
What is your favorite movie of all time?
All time.
Yes, of
Whew.
all time.
I think a typical person would probably say Titanic, you know,
What?
considering like the storyline and the history.
The funniest thing is that I was thinking Titanic,
Yeah.
though it's not my favorite. But
Yeah.
it's
Well, it's one of those movies that the person would say is of all time favorite, you know. But for me, from the top of my head, it has to be Taken 1. Yeah, I think Taken 1 is one of my favorite movies. I don't know if it's of all time, but it's up there on the top 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what is the best meal you've ever had? Like, where if someone came here, you'd be like, you should have this.
You know, I'm a traditional boy. You know, I grew up typically in the hood. I'm a young black man, so I think my favorite dish would probably be sampan mkhulu. I think if you had to give me that on any other day of the week,
you'd be a
or
happy
at
man.
any time, I'd be a happy man.
happy
I'd be a happy man.
So if he gives you good service, just send Pamela his way. So I think you'll be a very happy customer service agent.
Yeah.
This is an odd one and it's funny, but it says a lot about yourself. But if you were a crayon, what color would you be, and why? The specific color.
I'd probably be a cyan color, light blue, sky blue, because they say the sky is the limit, right? So like I said earlier on in one of your questions, that I'm grateful about the beauty of the gift of life. So I think it would be cyan for me, because the sky is the limit. So I look at the sky, and its color is like sky blue and cyan.
You know, you're in the printing industry if you call blue cyan.
Yeah, true. So yeah, I think for me that color, it gives me that affirmation that you can actually reach your goals, and there is no limit really but the sky.
Really? Okay. And then name 4 individuals, dead or alive, that you'd like to have dinner with.
Dead or alive?
Yes, dead or alive.
I'd love to have dinner with Steve Jobs. That would be a very interesting one. I'd love to have dinner with our former president, Nelson Mandela. I'd have dinner with him. I'd have dinner with Oprah. And who else? Who else? 4th person. This is the last person, right?
Yeah.
On the top of my head, that's a tough one, eh?
DJ Spoo? No.
I feel like he already makes the list by default, you know?
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to think of someone that you guys can't think of.
Okay.
But I can't think of anyone specific at the top of my mind right now, so I'll have to go with DJ Spoo.
Okay, so those are the 4 people. And what do these people have in common for you?
I think the one thing they have in common is leadership.
Okay.
They all have that one trait, which is leadership, and it's something that I'd like to grow in, something I want to teach myself on a daily basis. So I think I look at those guys and think to myself that, okay, these guys have been doing it like this, maybe I can try it like this, you know? So yeah, they are a source of inspiration. So if I had to have dinner with all of them at the same time or individually, I'd take that on any day.
Fantastic. Last question.
Yeah.
What is the coolest thing you're working on right now?
The coolest thing, personally?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a part-time podcaster, so to speak, for lack of a better word. So my project is called, I do this with a friend of mine, a colleague, his name by the name of Sfiso Kumalo. It's an online podcast where we talk about literally almost anything, you know. It mostly revolves around the entertainment industry, so we nitpick different topics that we feel like are relevant for the target market that we want to attract. So yeah, the Absolute Smack, it's a bi-weekly podcast. You can find it on most digital platforms. Spotify, we're there. We're on Stitcher. We're also on iTunes.
Okay.
So yeah, that's one passion project that I'm working on right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know I said that's the last question, but I think people want to know, like, working in customer service for Printulu specifically.
Yeah.
What have you learned, and what has been how do I put this? Firstly, what have you learned,
Mm-hmm.
and what have you taken from being part of the Printulians?
Yeah. I think it's people skills, you know. One day is not the same like the other with Printulu and actually being a customer service agent at Printulu. Every day is totally different. So you come across different types of clients that come from different backgrounds. You need to be able as a person to channel yourself and zone yourself into that customer and actually be in the situation that they in and be able to provide a solution or provide help of whatever situation that they in at that time. So it has taught me customer service skills, people skills, and how to deal with people generally, because we deal with an influx of different types of people that request different types of things, and it takes a special somebody really to keep up on a daily basis and talk to different people that require different things and to make everyone happy at the same time, you know. Yeah, so I think that's one of the things that I'm constantly improving on as a customer service agent at Printulu.
No, okay, no, that's fantastic. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you know Thabang better now, and you know the face behind the microphone or the phone or your emails. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you again next week, and we'll be talking to another customer service agent. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Cheers.